Welcome to City Talk on City Channel Pittsburgh. I'm John McIntire, and say hello to Moira Egler, the Chief of Staff for Councilwoman Erika Strassburger. Maura, welcome to the program.
Thanks for having me.
So tell us about the neighborhoods in your council district.
Yeah, so we have Council District 8, which includes Shadyside, Squirrel Hill North, so everything north of Forbes Avenue, Point Breeze, and then a part of Oakland. So we have North Oakland and Central Oakland as well. We don't have West or South Oakland.
So you're the Chief of Staff. That must comprise all sorts of duties.
Yes, it's pretty much anything from helping people, figure out how to fill a pothole to working on citywide legislation. It's kind of a whole spectrum of responsibilities, and there's no day that's the same really. So.
And you've been doing this since May.
Yes, the beginning of May I started.
So how have you found the challenge so far?
I've enjoyed it a lot. I'm having a lot of fun. I'm meeting a lot of new people, helping a lot of people out, and then just learning a lot about the city as well. So how city government functions, what powers do we have, what types of legislation.
How does city government function, or does it function?
Well, it does. It does function.
Good. Happy to hear that.
But yeah, we are more on the legislative side of things. So we're not kind of the nuts and bolts everyday functioning of the city. We try to take maybe more of a bird's eye view of how different departments interact with each other, and how we might want to improve that, and what we can do that through legislation. So it's really it functions. It does.
That's really good to hear. Yeah. As a taxpayer and an employee, for that matter.
Yeah.
How did you develop a background that qualified you for this job?
So I actually worked previously for 2 different city council members. So my first job out of college was working as a constituent services assistant for Patrick Dowd, who was District 7, Lawrenceville, Bloomfield, kind of that area of the city. And then when he left, I worked for Deb Gross briefly. So I have some experience in city government before, but after that I worked for Lawrenceville Corporation, which is a nonprofit community development corporation. I was the business district manager, so focusing on small businesses and how to market the business district, maintaining trash receptacles and things like that. So I've kind of a wide variety of experience.
But you've got a lot of boots on the ground kind of experience. I mean,
yeah.
You got your hands dirty, obviously.
Literally, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, definitely. A lot of on the ground work in Lawrenceville, especially just walking around, taking an inventory of the status of trash cans and benches, and just how do we improve the built environment, as well as how do we improve small business owners' business? How do we help them market? How do we plan events for them? So. And
the trash cans, they're often full, it seems to me, on the weekends. Not necessarily in Lawrenceville, but say in the Strip. This is a dumb question, but since you've actually done it, how often are they emptied? And
I think they're at least once a week, if not more. To be honest, I don't know.
I understand. Honesty is good.
Yeah, I don't know the specific schedule, and I think every neighborhood's different as well. But yeah, like a higher traffic area like the Strip, I would think would be serviced at least twice a week, but I don't know for sure.
I don't mean to be premature, but do you hope to go on to something from this? I'm sure you're going to hold this job for a good long time, but would you like to run for office, or do you prefer behind the scenes?
I definitely prefer behind the scenes. I don't have any political aspirations at all. I just I like to be more behind the scenes on the policy side of things. I also have a master's degree in urban planning, so I have a little bit of a technical background as well. So maybe going into that world eventually, but time will tell.
Awesome. Tell urban planning. Explain what that is.
Well, that is a complicated question, believe it or not. I feel like urban planning means a lot of things to a lot of people, but it's basically how do we improve the way our cities function. There's a lot of different sub-genres of urban planning. So there's transportation planning, but there's also land use and environmental planning, which was my specialty. So dealing with like green stormwater infrastructure, vacant lot remediation, how do we reuse vacant lots maybe as stormwater infrastructure. So that's kind of what my interest and focus was when I was in school.
Women are certainly playing a more central role in politics at a local, state, and national level than ever before, I would argue. It's an exciting time, I assume, to be a woman in government.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's, Councilwoman Strassburger is an excellent person to work for. She's really inspiring. I feel like she's just a great progressive leader who has a lot of fresh ideas that I think council can benefit from. So she's great. I really love working for her.
Is there a complaint that you get more than anything else, generally speaking, in a council office? Is potholes the number one?
Potholes is a big one.
Okay.
Street paving, anything with a street surface is a really big one. I guess we're going to talk about trash again. Our district has a lot of issues with trash, be it overflowing dumpsters from an apartment building or,
just on the street?
Yeah, on the street or in an alley. Sometimes college students don't know what the schedule is, so they put things out early. We get a lot of trash.
So we need to develop a brand new, I don't know if it has to be more sophisticated, but don't litter campaign.
Yeah.
Like update the Indian crying with the tear. Maybe you're too young to know what I'm talking about.
No, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, I mean, I think that would be great. We do, especially in the business districts, as we were talking about before, and then in the university area, there could be some more awareness of, what is protocol. And
you ever notice people think cigarette butts don't constitute litter? They just
they do.
Why is that?
I don't know. It's a big problem. They think they can just get away with it because it's a small thing. Maybe no one will see them and they can't trace it back to you. I don't know. But yeah, so we do deal a lot with those types of issues. So
what do you see as the biggest challenges moving forward in the city of Pittsburgh from your position?
Well, that's a good question.
Just making things work better?
Yeah, I think making, potholes really, it sounds like a simple thing, but I feel like there's a lot of process that can be kind of reformed, a lot of policies that go into, how they're filled and the schedule and how the trucks operate.
The quality of the stuff that fills them and how long it lasts.
Yeah, and how the truck, how often the trucks are going out and scheduling and all of that kind of thing. So I feel like, we've come a long way, I think, from when I first started working here back in 2012. But I think, there's always room for improvement to provide direct services like that more efficiently. So we're going to keep on working on it.
Moira Egler, thanks so much for your time today. Great talking to you.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
That's City Talk. We'll see you next time.